Well, would you look at the date? It's summer. Anime season. As I'm writing the script for this video, the 2026 summer anime season is soon approaching, and I've heard from others online that this season's looking kind of lackluster. Personally, I'm looking forward to this season, but looking at the past seasons, I definitely see where they're coming from. I mean, this is following the 2026 winter season that brought some of the best continuations to series like Frieren, JJK, and Oshinoko, as well as new series like Sentenced to be a Hero, Journal with Witch, and Polar Opposites. And then right after that, we got the spring anime season, with Witch Hat Atelier, Nippon Sangoku, ReZero, Daemons. You get the point. We've been hella spoiled, so it's no wonder that the summer season seems kind of underwhelming. Despite this though, I still think that the summer anime season is more than worth it to check out, with a lot of new interesting anime. In this video, I'll be covering the top 5 summer anime that I'm personally looking forward to, and would recommend that you also give a try. Also, I'm gonna keep this list to just new series. I know that there's a few good sequels coming out this season, but I want to shine light on the underrated series that deserve a chance. Without further ado though, here are the top 5 summer anime that I'm looking forward to the most. Starting off with number 5, Sparks of Tomorrow. Sparks of Tomorrow takes place in an alternate dimension Japan where electricity was never developed. As a result, the world is powered entirely by steam inventions, causing mass pollution. The story features 2 main characters, Kihachi Sakamoto and Inako Momokawa, who both wish to bring electricity to the world. Prior to the events of the story, Kihachi wrote a book known as the Electrical Catalog, and it contains the blueprints for several electric-based inventions. The catalog is essential to his dream, which is achieving an age of electricity. This dream was actually shared between Kihachi and his brother Seiroku, who brings the book with him to war and is eventually killed during it. As such, the book is lost, but Kihachi alongside Inako are determined to find it as they embark on their journey to find the catalog and revive their dream of electricity, all while dodging Inako's forced marriage with the heir to a massive steam-powered corporation. I'm not all that familiar with Kyoto Animation, but based off the clips that I have seen, it looks amazing. I think they did a great job with this one, and the art looks absolutely gorgeous. Also, I think this is a pretty good time to mention that I don't actually know anything about these shows besides what's in the trailer and the descriptions that I've read. There is one exception though, but I'll get into that later. Art aside, I think the story is pretty interesting, specifically the pressure there is on Kihachi and Inako. I hope that they really emphasize this later, because I feel like the pressure to achieve their dreams throughout the show is really important. If they don't succeed, Kihachi fails to achieve both his dream and his brother's dream. And on the other hand, Inako would probably run out of options to avoid her forced marriage, which would probably mean losing a lot of her freedom. Again, I don't know the story that well, and this is purely speculation, but I feel like this would make for really great character development. And I feel like the whole series would be a lot more interesting knowing just what's on the line here. Overall though, I would really recommend that you check out Sparks of Tomorrow, because I know for sure I'll be watching. And number 4 on my list is I Wanna Love You to Your Dying Day. The story follows 2 girls named Shina Tatsuki and Mimi Kagari, who both live at the same orphanage that secretly raises children as soldiers and then sends them off to fight in their country's bloody war. Because of the constant violence, most of the children have grown desensitized to death and aren't bothered by the ongoing war, except for Shina, who wants to end it. The 2 characters meet when Shina finds Mimi mysteriously covered in blood one night, and she isn't bothered by this at all. Mimi is special compared to the other kids at the orphanage because she's considered to be the orphanage's secret weapon, since she's actually immortal. After Shina's previous roommate dies, Mimi is assigned as her new roommate, and despite their different stances on the ongoing conflict, the 2 grow closer in a world filled with war and violence. When I was making this video, I was scrolling through my anime list summer anime section to find interesting shows, and when I saw I Wanna Love You to Your Dying Day, I didn't think too much of it. I thought it was some peaceful, calm, slice of life anime, but nope, it's Dark Fantasy Yuri. I'm calling it right now, there's probably gonna be some plot point where they force Mimi to fight in the war in exchange for Shina's safety or something like that, and I'll probably be emotionally destroyed when I watch it, but I had to call it right now. I swear to God that's probably gonna happen. The plot does seem really interesting though, and I can see a lot of potential plot twists set up. Being a dark fantasy anime and all, I hope it's not all violence and we get to see the 2 of them bonding. Also, I hope it's not Doomed Yuri, I would actually die! Overall, I'm really excited for I Wanna Love You to Your Dying Day. Out of all the anime on this list, I think this is probably the one that has the highest chance of destroying me emotionally. Next up, at number 3 is Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. Aya transfers to an elite all-girls school, hoping to become a proper young lady. She soon meets and idolizes a girl named Mio, who others call Shirayuri or White Lily. She's well known by many people at the school for her elegance and refined etiquette. So you can imagine Aya's shock when one day after school she finds Mio playing Street Fighter. Video games, i.e. Street Fighter, are banned at their prestigious school, so the two of them bond over secretly playing the game as they struggle to keep up with their school life while competing in fighting game tournaments. I think that out of all the shows on this list, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games has probably the simplest premise, but still, you have to admit, it's pretty awesome. I saw the trailer for it a while back and I thought it was pretty nice, but nothing exceptional, until I saw straight Street Fighter footage in the trailer. Like, that's exactly how it looks in game. They even have the characters on posters together, and Crunchyroll themselves posted this. Apparently what happened was that Capcom, the company behind the Street Fighter franchise, is collabing with the anime, and that's why it's not copyrighted. Supposedly in the manga, it shows them playing a made-up fighting game, but because of the collab, they changed it to just Street Fighter. I really like how they actually depicted fighting games accurately. I mean, I say this as someone who's only played Guilty Gear, but I noticed that they used these specific fighting game controllers in the trailer. I'm pretty sure they're called arcade sticks, but I could be wrong. If you watch any fighting game tournament, most of the time, they'll be using something like this, so I like that it's accurate. I can see the story getting kind of repetitive at times, but still, I gotta check it out, at least for the laughs. Second on this list is Jadagar, a witch in Mongolia. The story takes place in 13th century Mongolia at the peak of Genghis Khan's reign. Based on a real historical figure, the main character, Satara, is sold into slavery after becoming an orphan. Eventually though, she's taken in by a woman named Fatima and her household, which is filled with scholars. Although Satara initially tries to escape, Fatima's son, Muhammad, inspires her to stay and study after teaching her the meaning of knowledge. Or something like that, I don't really know. This life continues for Satara over the span of around 8 years, but it gets flipped upside down when the Mongol invasion reaches the city they live in. Before writing the script for this video, I watched all the trailers for these anime first, and when I was watching the one for A Witch in Mongolia, I thought it was just gonna be about Satara growing up and learning stuff. So you can imagine my surprise when they mentioned Genghis Khan of all people, and I'm reminded that the story takes place in like the late 1200s-ish. Usually, I don't really like historical anime, but this one genuinely looks really interesting, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Between that and the unique art style, Jadagar, A Witch in Mongolia is really a breath of fresh air for me. Also, it's by Science Saru, a studio that I actually recognize, so that's another bonus. All in all, I'm really excited for A Witch in Mongolia. It's one of the most unique anime coming out this season, with a really refreshing art style. And now, the summer anime that I'm most excited for, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Sasaki works a miserable job each day under an even worse boss, but he's able to manage his stress and misery by smoking, as well as seeing his favorite cashier, Yamada, who works at a nearby supermarket. After one particularly bad day of work, Sasaki goes to the supermarket again to see Yamada, hoping it'll cheer him up, but unfortunately for him, she's not there today. Feeling defeated, Sasaki lights a cigarette, but things go from bad to worse as he struggles to find a legal smoking spot. That's when a mysterious woman named Tayama invites him to a special smoking spot behind the supermarket where they can smoke together, and eventually it becomes a common occurrence for the two of them. Although it's pretty obvious to the viewer that Yamada and Tayama are the same person, Sasaki's pretty dense, so he never actually realizes. Despite this though, it doesn't stop the two of them from bonding as they smoke behind the supermarket together. Before I continue on to my thoughts about the show, I'm just gonna put this out there. Don't smoke. Okay, PSA over. Remember earlier when I said that I don't know anything about any of these shows except for one of them? Yeah, it's this one. For whatever reason, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You launched the first 6 episodes early, split into 12 mini episodes. They were broadcast to the public starting on June 9th, way before any other summer anime. I haven't watched all the mini episodes yet, but I've watched a decent amount of them, and it's been very enjoyable so far, at least in my opinion. Because I already watched a bit of it, maybe you think I'm kind of biased putting it at number 1, but to be honest, I think it would still be number 1 regardless. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You has been on my watch list since last year when the anime was first announced, and I've been very excited to watch it ever since. I really like the night atmosphere that the show has. Call the Night has definitely influenced this, by the way. But besides that, I also love the character dynamic between Sasaki and Yamada, with how they both kind of rely on each other to cheer them up. When I was looking at reviews for the manga last year, I saw that a lot of people said it was good, but it was also kind of a slow burn as well. And maybe it's just me because I don't mind like the slice of life filler as much as other people, but I personally haven't noticed this as much. I could be wrong later, but I was looking forward to Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You a lot coming into the summer season, and it did not disappoint. I would highly recommend this show as it's been a great watch for me so far, especially at night when I just want to unwind and watch something that's not too heavy or violent. Hey there, I just want to say thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me and it helps the channel out too. So once again, thank you. Originally, I was gonna make like a spring anime recap video, but then I realized that I didn't even watch all the spring anime, so that wasn't gonna work. After that, I realized that the summer anime season is coming soon, and I only realized this after seeing a post online talking about how the spring anime season is making the summer anime season look small in comparison. So I decided to make this video because I'll always be rooting for new shows. Outside of the ones that I have on this list, there's a lot of other great summer anime that I just couldn't fit into this list. So even if the 5 I have here don't interest you, I would highly recommend checking out the several other new anime coming out this season. Also, funny thing that happened, when I was making this video, I wanted to make a joke about Steel Ball Run being a summer anime, but I never actually watched JoJo's, so I'm not exactly caught up on the latest Steel Ball Run news. I did some research after that though, aka one Google search, and I found out that Steel Ball Run is so delayed that it's not even a summer anime. It's airing in fall.